Every time that my mind slip, I just see my past life. Having dreams in a dream, I wonder why I carry.
It hardly snows here in Texas, but whenever it does, it is beyond magical. Now, for some reason, when the kids are home for those couple of snow days, the house gets super messy. So in today's video, it is my attempt to clean up this messy home. We'll first start in the kitchen, move on to the playroom and dining area. Then I'll move on to the living room. I will clean the glass and the outside table. I'll do some laundry, and then I'll finish up vacuuming and mopping. So if you need a boost to get started, then now is your time. Or if you're just here to hang out, then I'm glad to have you either way. As you all know from the last few videos, I have quit my corporate job, and now I've been taking some time to really find out what I enjoy doing and what makes me happy, which is also one of my goals for this year. I have learned so much, and I have been using Michelle B's class on designing the life you want, 4 exercises for clarity and motivation on Skillshare to help with this. And thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. I'm sure you have heard me talk about Skillshare and how some of their courses have helped me style my home, but if you have not yet joined, then I'll tell you a little more about it. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, passions, and side hustles to the next level. Knowledge is truly one of our biggest assets, and with Skillshare, you can take classes on a variety of topics. In Michelle B's class, it included 7 simple and easy to follow lessons that included a workbook that I could follow to write out my thoughts and future vision. We completed the anti-vision, which is basically what you do not want your life to look like in the next 5 years, and also the 80-20 rule on creating your life by doing more of what you enjoy and incorporating that into your everyday life, which for me included going on more nature walks, but also limiting the amount of time I spend watching the news, or limiting the news in general. I found the workbooks so helpful for this lesson. I also took Christopher Griffin's class on basically how to find the perfect houseplant and how to care for it, because y'all know that I am incorporating all of the plants into my home decor. So you really can find such a huge variety of classes that meet your needs. And the first 500 people to use the link in my description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So get started today. I wanted to show y'all some before pictures of all of the snow and while it was snowing. That's Sailor, my oldest daughter, who immediately ran outside to make a snow angel right when we woke up this morning. I have a feeling that most of y'all, this is like totally normal for y'all, especially this time of year. You're like, it snows every day where I live. But I promise y'all here, it does not ever snow. We even made our own giant snowman, and he looks a little rough, but you know, it was a fun day. We had all of the neighbors out, and whenever all the kids would get cold, they would jump from house to house, and this is how the house got so dirty so fast, but all is good. Easy to clean up. Usually when I'm working in one area, then a whole nother area gets destroyed. That's just how it is, especially when you have young kids. You know, one thing that before you have a baby, nobody ever warns you about is how much your life is going to change just living in your house. I would always get the tips like, you're not going to sleep anymore, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this. And it's like nobody ever said, your house is just going to be messy all the time. But I've gone through so many phases of just being like, you know, it is what it is, and also being like super frustrated. So anyway, today is one of those days where I was a combination of both, but I'm just going to start off with my morning coffee and get started. So this is a Jura coffee machine. I've never shared it before. I got it for Christmas one year, and it is this like super bougie machine that makes all sorts of fancy things. And I got it for Chris for Christmas, this lady talked me into it, and this was last year, and he's like, okay, well, I just want regular coffee. I'm like, you don't want an espresso or a latte or a da-da-da. He's like, no, I just want like coffee. So I just enjoy all of the other features. So while it was also cold, I made some crockpot enchilada soup and pizza rolls to keep the kids happy. So we are going to get started here.
Warm hands, but there's something cold in the way you are. The things you said had me going good, but it left a scar. You invite me and then you turn me down. Get my hopes up and then you're gone. I fall for every word that you say to me. So hard, being drawn to you so easily. I am stuck in a loop of chemicals. What's the point of this? But I don't wanna be alone. I keep looking at my phone, but you never call me. And then I see you on the street. Said your heart just skipped a beat, and that you miss me. It's always the same story with you, but I just cannot refuse you. I'm sad after this time that I'm out, that you leave me with this rush. Why am I so curious? So curious, so curious. So curious, so curious. Your friends have told me just to give you time. Weekends are passing by like everything is fine. I know this is so delusional. I have lost my grip, but I don't.
So in my video from about 2 weeks ago, I talked to y'all about some of the health changes that I'm going to be making. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to change this year, if I wanted to eliminate food, if I didn't want to, and I decided to try out a gluten-free diet and also a low dairy diet. How I plan to make that work, basically, if I am buying any type of dairy product, if I can find an alternative to it, then I will try to opt for that instead. Like, instead of buying regular milk, I'm going to buy, almond milk. I used to do that all the time, and then I went back to regular milk with the kids, and now I'm going to see if I can go back to, almond milk. Reason being is I know everybody has all of their different reasons for doing things. I'm not gluten intolerant, but I'm going to see if it helps with my energy and also with inflammation. Dairy, I think that I am intolerant to it. In fact, I took a test. It was I've talked about it before, and it was back in 2023, and it was a food sensitivity test where you mail in, I think like hair follicles, and it will come back and tell you potential sensitivities, moderate sensitivities, etc. And it did say that I was like very, very sensitive to all dairy, and then moderately sensitive to gluten. So ever since I got that test, I did try to cut back on dairy. It's hard just to go cold turkey when you love cheese so much, but I did notice differences in just like bloating and overall health. So my goal is to ultimately just eat better, eat less processed food for me and my kids, get my energy levels back up, and just really feel good. Now, sometimes it's hard to just do something and hope that it's the right thing. So I am testing the waters with different things that work best for me. And then I'm going to, after about 30 days, I'll reassess. I would say that we are pretty naturally healthy, but I think that we could do better. And I used to be very, very specific about what I ate. And then over the last couple of years, especially with kids, I've gone more of a what's convenient than what would be better for our energy level, and what are some better choices of food. So I'm not necessarily trying to find what is the best 30-day diet. I am trying to find long-term lifestyle changes. So I'm going to see what makes me feel good, what doesn't make me feel good, what's going to help with my bloating, what are things I can eliminate. And a lot of that is done just through trial and error for me. So what's funny is like in the background, there's all of these apple juices and teas. Right before the winter hit, I'll tell you, I start planning out like, okay, I'm going to switch this for that. And, you know, instead of buying this, I'm going to buy that. And I had our HEB groceries delivered to us the day before the storm. They called to tell me, you know, it's hectic, it's crazy. Everybody's trying to get their groceries orders in just in case like things shut down. And they came and they delivered it, and it is all the wrong groceries. And I'm like, this is not my order. So here I am trying to go like super healthy, and it's like donuts and apple juice and like just all chips, several bags of chips, like just all the food that I'm trying to like stay away from. And I call them and I'm like, she had just dropped it off. And I'm like calling her. She's not answering. I'm texting the phone number. I'm like, please come pick these groceries up. They're not mine. And the lady finally texts back and just said, sorry, this is what they told me to deliver. So I call the store and I'm like, I've been trying to like get these groceries. Like these are not my groceries. I got all of these different groceries, and they ended up calling the store and they were like, yeah, we tried to get a hold of that driver and we told her that we accidentally put the wrong groceries in her car. And she said she was going to bring it back to the store. And I guess she never did. And then they were like, yeah, we tried to call her three or more times. She wouldn't answer. So what we're going to do is just give you, we will send another driver out to resend those groceries. It's been a hectic day. And I was like, okay, you can come take all these groceries. And they're like, no, we can't take those groceries back, so you can just keep them. So I gave a lot to my neighbors. I'm like, we are trying to avoid certain foods that came in this, you know, this grocery bag. And then my kids are like, donuts, chips, yes, everything. But they ordered like bulk of everything, like 4 apple juice like they must have a lot of kids. I don't know. I'm not judging, but I'm just saying this is a lot. This is like a lot of stuff that they ordered. But anyway, I'm still grateful that we got our groceries in time. I'm grateful we got additional groceries that we could give to neighbors. We kept some, and then I'm glad that we didn't lose power or like nothing went wrong. I know a lot of y'all Instagram messaged me about where you live, where you got snow. Some people were from Louisiana. Some people were from other areas. If you got snow, let me know what area you were from. If you don't typically get snow, or if you did get snow, how much did you get? Leave me a comment and let me know down below.
Let me feel your love again, 'cause I've been running round in circles screaming out your name. Take me to a different place, just the two of us, and we can stay up all night, kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night, everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. All that time away from you, I didn't think I'd make it without you by my side. Let me feel your love again, just the two of us, and we could stay up all night, kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night. Everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be the someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand.
All right, so I've been picking up the playroom / movie room, and I'm adjusting this rug. As I talk about the rug, I just can't help but notice that I've gotten a couple of comments on how much you dislike this rug and that I need to get a new rug, and you can't believe I still have this rug. So this is a brand new rug. I just got it like probably 3 months ago, and I do regret buying it. I'm not going to lie about that. I wish I did not buy a shag rug because stuff gets all stuck in there. And I do wish I would have went a little bit smaller because it gets like we have to adjust it all the time. I've had rug pads or rug, what are they called? Use the little sticky things you put under there to help the rug stay in place. I've tried that. I think the rug is just too big. I will eventually switch out the rug. It's just not like my number one priority because there's other places in my house I'm still trying to redo, like our office makeover, which that video should be done in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm waiting on a couple more decor pieces to come in, and then I will put it all together. And also, I don't know exactly what I want to replace it with. So until I have an alternative or replacement, then I'm just going to keep it in this room. I've also had suggestions to not have a rug in here. I do want a rug in here because 1, I like rugs, and 2, I want to protect the carpet. We don't have much carpet in our house, but the little carpet that we do have, like part of this carpet is already stained from, I have no idea. I don't know what these kids do. What is this? Cheese all over the couch. I think that my 2-year-old came in with a bowl of cheese and literally spilt it like in the couch. It's disgusting. But I can't control everything. So that's the other reason why I want to keep a rug in this room. But I am using my Dyson handheld vacuum because it was charged, and I was using it to vacuum the rug. This vacuum is one of the older models, and I actually got it at Sam's Club. I have a love-hate relationship with Dysons. I think they're the most powerful vacuums, which I love for like cordless vacuums, but the battery always goes out on me. Like it stops working and I can't charge it at all. I've had 2 other Dysons, and I've had to buy replacement batteries just to even get it to be able to charge. And then after a while, those stopped working. So I switched brands for a while. And then when I saw it was on sale at Sam's, I bought it recently. So I've tested a lot of different vacuums, including handheld vacuums. And when people ask my opinion, I think it really just depends on like me asking you back is what is your main feature that you are wanting? Like for me, it's always suction power. I always like it in max power mode. But the things with like the ones that have the best suction power is that the battery doesn't last long. Like I'll get 15 minutes max with it on like max mode. This particular Dyson doesn't have a little light, and I like the little lights that some of the other vacuums do have. Most of the ones I have used have done a really good job. The only difference I can tell is that the less expensive the vacuum, the lower the suction power. So to me personally, I would opt for probably a little more expensive vacuum just to get that suction power. But again, it just depends on your needs and what you're looking for, what your price point is, all of a whole bunch of different factors. But we're done finally cleaning the movie room / playroom. We still have a little bit of snow outside, which looks really pretty. The kids have been playing in it for most of that day. But next, let's work on the living and dining room area.
Not used to this. I don't know how to act, don't know how to adapt to this situation. Not used to this, no I'm not. But better let myself give in to love. Believe in us, no matter what it does to my heart. Not used to this, no I'm not. It was like if we were to waste these moments moments, they're like poets to me. You are, you getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You are, you getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. You're new to me. I don't know who you are, be like a piece of art. I want more, but better slow it down. Inside my mind is getting all too loud. I get scared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not prepared. It was like if we were to waste these moments, they're like poets to me. You are, you getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You are, you getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. You're 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 getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain.
So in my videos, I love to always share something motivating, and I'm trying to think in the past week or so, what has motivated me the most? And I think the first thing that came up in my head was trying something new. So I'll tell you a little bit about what I tried this week. The last couple of weeks, I have been sick. I had a virus, and then Chris got the flu. And then right when I was kind of on the mend, I got the stomach bug pretty bad. And then right after that, I think I'm on the mend, but I have a sinus infection. So I have been struggling to get out and try new things, but over the weekend, there was like this thing going on in our neighborhood, and it was like a wellness thing where a bunch of vendors came out, and I decided to go and give it a try. And I have a lot of like neighbor friends, and I told people I was going, and they're all like, well, then who are you going with? I'm like, I'm going with no one. I actually want to go by myself. I don't want to have to convince anyone to go with me. I don't want to have to feel bad forcing people to go with me. I just want to go and like see what it's about by myself, which is so uncommon these days. I feel like we all need someone to go with so we don't feel alone. But sometimes I like going to things alone, so it gives me the opportunity to like either feel uncomfortable, like not that that's a good thing, but just like meet people and not feel obligated to only talking to the person that I went with. Obviously, there's times I really want to like go with someone. It always depends on what it is, but I went to this health thing, and there was this stretch lab, and basically, if you've heard of it, they like stretch you out. What that means is they help you like into these weird positions where it gives you like an extremely deep stretch to help with like recovery if you work out a lot, or like just mobility. So I booked an introductory session, and this morning I went and did the introductory session. It was very interesting. They test your mobility a little bit, and then they just put you into these weird positions and see how basically flexible you are. Oh, here I'm just showing, I've been asked what laundry detergent I use. I've been using this Mrs. Meyer's scent, and then right now I'm using Tide because I went to the hardware store that's really close by, and that's all they had, and I was completely out, so that was like an urgent purchase. But I do like the Mrs. Meyer's detergent as well because I feel like it has a very strong scent, and I like that on my clothes. But anyway, going back to the stretching, it was very interesting. I did figure out that I was pretty flexible. I've done like dance and all that in the past. But if you've ever done it before, let me know in the comments. But the moral of that story is that, one, it's okay to do something alone. If it's something that you really want to do, but like your group of friends either doesn't want to do it or can't do it, don't skip out on the opportunity. And it's okay to try new things. But in order to try new things, you have to open up yourself to actually try them. You're not going to know what you truly like and don't like doing unless you try it. What is that saying that the majority of people live the exact same life every single day? You get up, you brush your teeth, you eat your breakfast, you go to work, you come home, you make dinner, you go to bed, right? Like the most basic routine. And I'm not saying it's bad to have a routine. I'm not saying like there's anything wrong with that. But the most growth I've ever seen personally, the best I've ever felt about myself, the most accomplished I've ever felt is all from getting out of my comfort zone and trying something new all the time, almost every single day. And it could be as simple as trying a new recipe or reading a new book instead of scrolling, or going on a walk every day, or something like starting the business you've always wanted to start, doing that DIY project. I know they say in business, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that's where you'll see the biggest transformations. But next, I'm finishing up with my little Bona mop. I like this mop. I paid way too much money for it at the hardware store. I think you can get this on Amazon for cheaper. But it's not electric or anything. I literally just squirt the button, and it's like a Swiffer, but I like it a little bit more than a Swiffer because it feels a little more heavy duty. But I definitely like it for a quick clean.
Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds. Because without you by my side, I would be stuck here on the ground. You're lighting up the way, I can see the road ahead of me. I won't be stumbling in the dark. Your eyes are shining like the stars. I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day. And I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high. I can see the sun staring at you when you make that smile. I'm moving closer to you now. I can't get close enough somehow. And I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day. And I just wanted to say that you can take me high.
So I spent all day cleaning. I was literally exhausted, but I'm glad to have it done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all next week.